give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. And peace and salutations to you, Akim, that's pushing this word throughout the four corners abroad with truth and sincerity. This is the Hebrew Israelites that come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America and to wake up our people back to the fold so the elect can get sealed so we can get out of this captivity. And when we see what's going on in these latter days, you see signs and wonders, storms and tempests, earthquakes. This is all of the hand of the Lord, that the Lord gave us signs and wonders to measure the time diligently. So we as the men of the Lord gave us, Lord willing, he gave us the eyesight to see the prophecies, the visions, and now we just relaying it to you, the warning. You want to come?
2 Ezra chapter 8 verse 61, and therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things have I not shown unto all men, but unto thee, and if you like thee.
The judgment of the Lord is now at hand, and he hasn't showed these visions and prophets to all men. He sent it to a certain men on the earth, and these are the prophets of the Lord, man. And this is why we can see this vision, and we know to measure the time diligently, as he's going to get into it.
Then answered I and said, Behold, O Lord, now hast thou shown me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last time.
So these are going to be signs and wonders that we know to indicate that we are in the last times, the last days.
But at what time thou hast not shown me? Verse 9, 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have taught you before, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High speaketh. Then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
He told us to measure the time diligently, and how we measure the time diligently, we see what's going on in current events, world news, and we filter through the prophecies that's written in the scriptures. The scriptures is a live book, you know. They're faithful and they're true. This is how we have faith in them, you know.
It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes in upward of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that are before thee.
And these are two clues. And someone get Matthew 24, verse 6. These are two clues. It says when you see earthquakes and uproars of the people. Now, we've been seeing earthquakes in diverse places. Puerto Rico's just been hit with multiple earthquakes, and you can see throughout the four corners a lot of uproars. Uproars is sedition among men, uprisings of the people. You know, so this is how we know we at the end of this world, and the Lord is about to come back and visit the world what He made.
Matthew 24, verse from the top, and Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came unto him to shew unto him the building of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye that all these things, verily I say unto you, there shall not be here left on here upon another, that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount Olive, the disciples came unto him, cried, saying, Tell us, when shall this thing be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming in the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
So these are more signs and clues that we should hear of wars and rumors of wars. Now, you got to pay attention to what's going on in the news. Iran, U.S., they sending bombs, drone strikes to the General Salami. Qasim. And that's starting wars and rumors of wars. So the Lord is putting that war spirit here in the earth. You know, continue on.
And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
But the end is not yet, because there's going to be more sorrows, more plagues, more judgment of the Lord that's going to take place here in the last times, and he's going to get into it.
For nation shall rise against nation,
and that's race wars,
and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
There's going to be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. This is all in the hand of the Lord. People think that the Lord, they call Jesus, is a so-called nice guy or a pushover, but he's about to bring plagues on the earth as a judgment of this place. Because of Hosea 4:1, he has
Controversy.
a controversy with this land because there's no truth, there's no mercy, and there's no knowledge of the Heavenly Father here in this land. You want to bring Isaiah 29 verse 6?
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
It should be visit of the Lord of thunder and tempest and a devouring fire. And see, we've seen the earthquakes that's happened throughout the four corners, and even Australia with the wildfires. California, they're getting tsunamis, mudslides. This is all around the world because this is the judgment of the Lord. Speak up, bro.
I said now it's a number of mounts of volcanic eruptions underneath the sea, in the sea as well now. So there's a lot of things going on upon the earth that's spoken about that was going to happen during the time of Yahweh's coming. Let me get this real quick. This is Luke 8 and 10. It says, and he said unto you, it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of Yahweh, but to others in parables, that seeing they might not see, and hearing they may not understand.
See, the Lord will do nothing but reveal his secrets amongst his servants, the prophets. And this is how we see these signs and wonders. And this is how we know we at the end. You know, the Lord also said, that's diligent. Okay, I got some salak here, but you got time.
Ezekiel 3 verse 17. And it came to pass at the end of 7 days that the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore,
see, the Lord had made us watchmen to be to the house of Israel, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And these being called Negro, West Indian, Haitian, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Mexican, those are the bywords that the so-called white man put on. Their true nationality is the children of Israel. So we have been watchmen to warn and to wake you and bring you back to your heritage, man. To seek the Lord while he may be found. Because the true testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. And we are staying in prophecy. You know, that's how we know that we at the end. And we're trying to get our people back to the throne before the judgment
watchmen unto the house of Israel. Right. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and get the warning from me.
See, we hear the words from the Lord's mouth, and we get them through the scriptures. So we ain't saying nothing out of our main thoughts, or opinion, or our main glory. This is all instruction how we supposed to speak according to the scriptures.
It says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou gavest him the warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked ways to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand.
So this is our job. We come out to warn the wicked, because if we don't, their blood falls on our hands. We are trying to wake up the hopeful elect so we can get out of this kingdom, man. But we know this prophecy that 2/3 of our people are gonna naysay, they're gonna reject this word, be scoffers, a bunch of assholes, you know, because our people, as the Lord said in Ezekiel, our people are hard-headed, stiff-necked people, man, and they're very prideful.
Verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turned back from his wickedness,
that don't receive or repent and don't seek the Lord, or hey, judgment is gonna fall upon them, man. But the blood is off our hands because we gave you that warning.
Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Yeah. And he told, he declared the end from the beginning. He told the prophets to measure the time diligently, and this is how we know we're at the end. And now the end is about to be manifest. And this is just an example through the war, the wars, the rumors of wars, the race wars, you know, pestilence.
I just wanted to add that that's why nobody can pinpoint to the Lord and tell the Lord that he's unjust if you're destroyed. Because he's a fair power. He said before I'm going to destroy you, I'm going to tell you of what you're doing. And if you don't accept the warning, then I'm in all my right to destroy you. Even though he can destroy us anyways because he's our creator. The scriptures say, walk in the potter, say to the one that formed it.
You see?
And when you look at it, you're really destroying yourself.
Right.
Because the reason why in these buildings, by code, they get to have fire alarms in certain places. That those fire alarms warn you of what? Of smoke and of fire. But if you hear a fire alarm going off, you see people dashing out the building, you decide that you want to just stick along, you get burnt up. You know, that's on you. So what's the warning? The warning is us being on the highways and byways, blowing this trumpet, giving you the warning that what is to come. But if you don't take heed to the warning, you know, you're in dangerous way, because we're blowing the trumpet because that impending endangerment is coming.
This is Ezekiel 33:2. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, set him for their watchman. That's us, come. And when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet.
All right, well, the sword is an instrument of death, man. So martial law, that's a sword. The famine, that's a sword. There's even tornadoes and earthquakes. The warning you of those things. All those things are judgment of the heavenly Father. That's right. That's right.
Come. And warn the people, that whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
And that goes back to what this brother read, man. Hey, you don't want to take heed and get right. Hey, man, you're going to be taken with them swords, man. And the Lord says he's going to bring plagues upon the earth. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. That's right. And we don't care if you don't believe it, you don't see it. It says, let not the incredulity of them trouble us, man. You know, we got to continue to hold fast and continue on our path, because we know the Lord it's impossible for the Heavenly Father to lie.
Second Ezra 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which shall put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in the paper, for they are faithful and true.
That's a commandment of the Lord for the Israelites, man. Mainly the men of the Lord, to go out and warn you Israelites, man. You know, speak the ears of prophecy, speak the words of prophecy that the Lord put in our mouths, man. And they're faithful and true. Again, this is our main source, you know.
It says, fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
There's gonna be scoffers, scorners, non-believers. They're gonna shit talk. They're gonna, you know, but you gotta keep us on our path, man. Keep us staying into prophecies, man. And that's circling out the book of wisdom, which is the scriptures.
Right, because they're fulfilling prophecy.
Speak up.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to say this, because we're getting into prophecy, and you said something that stuck out in my mind, which was that there's hints in the scriptures, right? Because we don't know the exact time and day, but we know that it's close, right? It's an exciting time that we're living in, right? And we're living in a time where the nation of Israel should be in rejoicement, right? Because the time to be afraid and the time to be scared was before, when everything was unsure. Now we know that the time is coming to an end. Why we wait until now to be afraid and scared? No, this is the time we ramp up. We increase in the things that we're doing. We do more of it, because it's our time now. It's our time now. It's time for the nation of Israel to be heralded the way they should be, which is on the top of the world, man. There's no, us being afraid I don't even think about anything bad that could possibly happen, because if it happens, it happens, right? It's all about being in rejoicing about the time that we're living in. We're living in a good time. Like the scriptures say that many desire to see the things. Yeah, go ahead, hit me with that, brother. Hit me with it, brother.
Matthew 13 verse 17.
Yeah.
For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see,
Right,
and have not seen them.
Right, so the prophets of old, when they were talking about these things, they wanted to see it. They wanted to see. Some of them were afraid, some of them were excited, but they wanted to see the things that they had envisioned and that they wrote down. We have the opportunity, we have the chance to actually see it. We gonna, you know, I don't want to hear nobody say, yeah, well, you know, not this time, pal. No, in this time. In this time.
Back then, that time, it wasn't time for Israel to
It wasn't time yet. It wasn't time yet, but now all the pieces are in place. Right? If you're a chess player, this brother's a chess player. When you play chess, like, it's not like checkers. Checkers is a move type of game, right? You move, I move. You move, I move. But with chess, you got like setups, you got strategies. Like when you really get into the game of chess, it's crazy how you don't realize how extensive it is, right? But there's a lot that goes into playing chess. And right now, the Heavenly Father has all the pieces in place. And he stops the game and he says, look, checkmate in 6. In 6 moves, I'm going to checkmate you. And you can make the choice on whether or not you want to continue on, and you continue on in the game. But the Heavenly Father's in that position. Look, it's almost over. He got all his pieces in place, right? We talked about, the scriptures talk about the, give me Isaiah 54, where it says, I created the smith that blew the 54:16. Somebody get that for me? I want to show you something.
Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I credit the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Right, the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. So the smith is the ancient weapon maker, right? He made the weapons. The smith, well, they have a fair that happens here in Mass, out on the Cape, and they have real ironsmiths come and actually make tools and swords and all kinds of shit. So that was an ancient trade for a man that made the weapons. But the Heavenly Father said He created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. So there's a modern day smith, which is your scientists that create and build these missiles, right?
And that bringeth forth his instrument for his works.
Right. So we talked about there's been in history there's been a lot of different people saying the world is going to end. We've had a lot of people say that, right? But one thing that they never had in play was this smith, because the nuclear missile and everybody having it is a new thing, right? When we read in Joel the 3rd chapter, right, when he says, "Let the weak say I'm strong," why is he saying that? He's saying that because that weapon that's going to be used, they have too. So the playing field is even, so to say, right? So you can talk about the world being destroyed, but unless you have these pieces where they belong, then you can't say it's going to be destroyed. Now we live in a time today where all these pieces are in play. When we talk about my determination is to gather the nation, somebody get that. What's that? Zephaniah 3:7? Go ahead, pull that out. Pull that out.
Zephaniah 3:8.
Yep.
Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord,
Yep.
unto the day that I rise up to the break.
Yep.
For my determination is to gather the nations.
Right, so his determination is to gather the nations. So now real quick, jump to Joel the 3rd chapter. Give me that. Hit me with that.
Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Right.
Prepare war.
Yep.
Wake up the mighty men.
Yep.
Let all the men of war draw near.
Right.
Let them come up.
Right, keep going.
Beat your plowshares into swords.
Jump down to where it says in the Valley of Jehoshaphat.
Okay, come on. Verse 12.
Yep.
Let the heathen be awakened.
Yep.
And come to the valley of Yahweh Shabbat.
Right, so you got in Zephaniah said his determination is to gather the nations, right? And then when you go to Joel, it tells you where, right? And then when you go to Revelation, it tells you what the war is going to be called, Armageddon, right? So now all the pieces are in place, right? These are the chess pieces being set up. This is the strategy that's being put together. The Heavenly Father, He's putting all these things together, and this is the time where all the pieces that need to be put in play are in play. The pawns are positioned where they're supposed to be positioned. The rooks are positioned where they're supposed to be positioned. The queen is in striking position, right? All the pieces on the board are positioned the way they should be positioned. Go ahead.
In 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 13.
Yeah.
For strong is the right hand that biddeth the bow.
Right, so now it's talking about a weapon, right? It likened unto a bow, right? It says, strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. Keep going. Because it's going to get into some specifics about this weapon so you can know what the weapon is. Go ahead.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. So, at face value, and even when Ezra was writing it, he probably was thinking the same thing. A man putting an arrow in a bow, pulling that quiver back and letting it loose, right? So that's the imagery you get, right? But he says something specific to let you know what type of weapon it is. Go ahead.
When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
They should begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So now the scriptures are telling us that there's going to be this weapon, right? That one can shoot from one end of the earth to the other. Now, I don't care how strong you are. Have you guys ever used a bow
bow and arrow before? When I was in camp as a kid, I was in bow and arrow class. And we had that shit is difficult, man. And I don't care how strong, it's not a strength thing. It's all tact. You all know how. It's not a thing of strength. And they got people who they get real tactful. They had this one dude kind of trying to figure out how they shot bow and arrow, because it couldn't have been like you in battle, right? You got an arrow, somebody coming to fight you, you going like this, trying to reach around for the arrow, you find one, get it out, put it in the thing, line it up. There's no way you was fighting like that. So this dude, he was like, it gotta be something more quicker, where you have 3 arrows in your hand and you're shooting them one after another. So he figured out how to do it, and he learned how to do it, and he trained himself how to fight with the bow and arrow. Even him can't shoot an arrow from one end of the earth all the way to the other, right? So he's getting specific about what kind of weapon this is. Keep going. Go on.
It says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backwards.
Right, so this weapon, like if you take somebody shoot a bow and arrow, you even seen Bruce Leroy, he broke the arrow when his master shot the arrow out of me, karate chopped that arrow and broke it in half. So we know with that kind of arrow, that can be stopped. But he's saying this arrow can't be stopped. There's nothing you can do about this kind of arrow. When the coordinates are put in, wherever that arrow's going, it's gonna hit.
Precision guiding.
That's right. Keep going.
Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backwards.
Right. Now check this out. What's crazy about this thing, right? I finally got a chance to ask the question at work, what do you guys think about this Iran thing, right? And they kind of being nonchalant about it. Because in the minds of Americans, nobody can beat us. That's the mind of an American. No one could ever beat America. This is why people, like, right now, right? You think people in Iran are walking around in the park enjoying a 70-degree day? It's just, no. They're at war all the time, first of all, in the Middle East. The Middle East they're always at war. There's somebody fighting somebody all the time. So they're primed for it. This is just, another war? All right, well, let's get ready. This is what we do when there's war, right? Dinner got to be a little earlier. The kids got to come inside a little earlier in the day, right? This is just how they live their life. You think people are walking in the park over there? Hell no. Ain't no walking around in the park enjoying it's like 60 degrees today. Let's go outside. Wow, it's beautiful out. Nobody's worried. The reason is because no one in America thinks that America can be beaten. No one. There's some people that go, if this happens this way, then, maybe. But they don't really believe that America can be destroyed, right?
Hey, Elder. Yeah. Donald Trump said that he would destroy all 52 cities. Oh, right. But he had to back off of that. That's What better Edomite be in charge of a nuclear weapon than this? He's the best Edomite for the job. Yeah. Who else can do it? No one else is. Prideful enough. Right. When you're a politician, you got to be political. You got a question?
You got a question?
No, I'm just.
Are you a Trump supporter?
No, not really.
No, you don't like Trump? We are. We're Trump supporters. You know why?
Why?
Ask me why. I'm a Trump supporter because he is the perfect Edomite to bring forth the destruction of America. His actions, not him specifically, but his actions are prophesied in the Bible. Did you know that? Yeah, of course not. No, most people don't. And let me ask you another question. This is a personal question. Are you an American?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm a tourist. That's why I don't really have.
So let me ask you then another way. What do you think about America? What do you think about this place?
Look, it's different. Like, if you think about
Be honest,
it,
man. Be brutally honest.
I see a lot of corruption, but not like here, but like.
To what degree? Like when you say corruption.
The story of the founding fathers, for example.
Okay.
That's. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be prosecuted or something. But
No, hold on. Listen. We don't think very highly of America either. We're on the same page.
But I'm in Australia. It's a melting pot of culture. We got it's very diverse. Exactly, and that's what I really love about it. And so when some people say I love America, I can kind of agree. There's so much freedom. It's beautiful. you know, and there is a huge cultural part. Like I just had chowder. I've never had that before. That was delicious, you know. And yeah, so like it's a beautiful place to come. There is opportunity, but there's also like the cards are stacked against you in a lot of states, like sort of like places.
What's interesting about your statement, right?
Yeah.
You started off talking about the corruption.
Yeah.
And then you talked about how good it is.
Yeah.
There's no matter how much good you do, if you got it corruptly, all that stuff is pointless.
So it's a bit of a double-edged sword in the sense.
It's a catch-22, as they say, right? So here's the thing, right? The corruption is more important than the good. Because there's been so much corruption. I'm of the line to say that the good happens so you can kind of sweep the corruption underneath the rug, right? So here's the thing. All that America has done, whether good or bad, has been prophesied in the Bible. And they got to pay for it. This country is going to pay for what happened. And Donald Trump is the perfect person to usher it in. Because he's careless. He's careless. He is the most unpolitical politician in world history. In world history. Like, you think of a politician, right? You think you're careful with your words, you're tactful. If Obama came out and said anything as careless as, which I'm not an Obama supporter either. I didn't like that guy very much either. But check this out. If he said an inkling of the things that Donald Trump has said, he would have been out of there. This impeachment, what's this, his 4th year in office?
Yeah.
This impeachment, he should have been impeached year 1. They waited to the last year. Well, you might as well leave him in there now. That's what I was like, hey man, I waited this long to impeach him. You might as well leave him in there now, let him finish and just don't vote him back in. But it's all smoke and mirrors, right? But if Obama had done something like that, they would have got him out of there because Obama was more tactful with the way he was diplomatic, political. He was careful with his word. Donald Trump, he shoots from the hip. He shoots anything that comes to his mind, he says it. He is the perfect Edomite to do what we need to have done to get out of here, man.
Can I say this?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you look at Donald Trump, he is the epitome of America. All the wrongdoings that America has ever done is instilled in this man's every nature of being. He is the top Edomite of the whole world right now.
He's the HNIC.
Right. No, because when you consider Donald Trump, he got rich by filing bankruptcy.
Oh yeah.
By scheming.
Big time.
He's the ultimate patriot, but he dodged the draft. See, he's done.
That's amazing.
He's done a lot of things that if an average American was to do, they would be considered. You go to jail.
Yeah.
He could grab her by the pussy. You see, 4 wives, 5 different baby mothers. You see, these are things that he's a nigga.
Yeah, no question.
He's everything that, you know what I mean. Bankruptcy, you know.
He's everything that the middle class Edomite says is wrong with America.
Yeah, right.
Taking advantage of the system, welfare, bankruptcy, not paying your bills. He's
no paying taxes,
Yeah,
hiding bank accounts in the Cayman Islands to avoid taxpayers. But what do they complain about? They complain about taxes. You're from Australia. Fires are
No. I'm on the East Coast, like near the water, so we're pretty good.
There's like some evacuation going on. There's heavy judgment going on in Australia.
To give you an idea, it's like from LA to Washington, all burning.
It's the whole of Belgium. Over 500,000 animals died over there.
200 million hectares.
Well, when you go into
20 million hectares.
when you go into the history of the Australians, I'm gonna read this scripture real quick.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth a city by iniquity. Now, when you consider Australia, when you consider America, both of those places were established by iniquity. The Aborigines, they got wiped out. You know, big time they got wiped out. So the scriptures talk about, you know, I mean, the world would tell you about an eye for an eye, or what goes up must come down. So there's major prophecy. There's major matter of fact, what does it say? The land cannot be cleansed.
Yeah, Numbers 35.
That prophecy, Numbers
35.
that prophecy is being fulfilled right now as we speak.
That's right, bro.
Because that place is getting judged, right? Just likewise, America's gonna get judged. But America's gonna get judged by way of thermonuclear missiles that's gonna be shot from these other countries. Which the Heavenly Father's in the midst of steering up the kings of these other nations. Because there's gonna be a third world war. Australia will get involved, of course, and Europe is gonna get involved. Hey, a third world war is a war that's fought on, I believe, 4 more continents. So Africa, Europe, the Middle East, Asia, North America, they all get involved. But it tells the scriptures prophesize the total destruction and annihilation of America. Because in this world, America's gonna have the biggest bullseye on her back. From nations like Russia, okay, China, North Korea, even nations within America's gonna turn on this place with the scriptures state.
Jeremiah 50 verse 13. Jeremiah 50 verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about.
You know what a battle array is, right?
A battle array.
A battle array.
Tons of battles.
Well, a battle array is a specific line and a formation that a military general will have his troops going specifically for the annihilation of the other army, right?
Yeah.
You want to set your guys up. This elder was going into chess. In chess, you play chess?
I can play it, yeah.
Okay, so you want to set your pieces up. The object of the game is to do what? To kill the king, right?
Get the king.
So you want to set your pieces up to where you can checkmate the other person, right? Go ahead.
Verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about.
So the prophecy stated that for them to put themselves in array against Babylon round about. I don't know if you know, but you just had recently Russian destroyers harassing, and I think was it the Indian Ocean, harassing American naval ships. Came real close. You know, they could throw a rock at one another.
I think they said 100 feet or something.
Within 100 feet. You know, so this is these spirits of devils that's going around working miracles, that's getting these nations riled up for the Third World War.
All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows.
The elder went into beautifully how the bows. Somebody get the missiles for me, Baba Kashar. How the bows that the scriptures was talking about were ancient bows that the so-called Native Americans were shooting at the white people. These are the bows that they seen, which was a fire before them and a flame burning back. So what was in the warheads is the nuclear energy that's used to make this nation. It's going to be used to make this nation a wasteland. Go ahead.
All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows.
Shoot at her and spare no arrows. So once that Third World War is implemented, there's not going to be a nation that's going to say, "Let me leave these nukes for World War IV." Everybody's going to go in. Everybody's going to give like you do on a bully, right? If you're your size and you fighting a guy, I don't know, 6'4", 200 pounds, right?
Yeah.
That first shot, you're going to give him what? Everything you got.
It's not going to be much afterwards.
Ain't gonna be much after it. But this is the mentality that you have when you fighting somebody bigger or somebody that's stronger. You give them everything you got. And what these nations are gonna do, especially a relentless nation like America, you know, if you slip up, she coming. Because
You can't leave her.
Show you that.
hey, because when you go into the atomic weapons, no other nation has used these type of weapons but America.
Right on what the brother said. That's why America has been always so focused on denuclearization, because they want to be the head top nation, right? And they want everybody else to have less nukes, because they know that if they get into a war, you know, they want to come out on top. You see,
primarily, see, it's hard to do. But when you think from a Babylonian mindset and the elite's mind concerning Iran, it's now or never to them, because they don't have a nuclear missile, right? They're vulnerable. They're already over there. So in their minds, it's now or never. Let's go in right now, because when you see the world is shifting up, and you consider the previous World War, what happened was certain countries started to grow economically, and there was a problem with the growth of Germany, with the growth of Japan, and these problems start with what? Sanctions being put on another nation. When you go into Pearl Harbor, the reason why the Ammonites, which was the Japanese, they bombed Pearl Harbor because of sanctions that was put on them. So they gathered themselves together. They said, we have enough fuel for this, and that. Let's start this Third World War, because we have to go all out. And then there are what's that called? Turfs. There are trade wars that start. There are proxy wars, which are wars that's fought indirectly between two nations. go fight for me, right? And now you see this proxy wars being fought. And this proxy wars being fought all around the world by these nations. Cold War turns what? Into hot wars. But the problem with the people in America primarily is they don't think that it's going to be Thursday. They don't think that America will be tough. I had a conversation with somebody and they said, oh, you know, the Patriot missiles will knock whatever missiles that shot over here in the Atlantic Ocean. But the Patriot missiles couldn't even stop those Tomahawk missiles that hit Saudi Arabia, the Saudi Arabian oil fields. And to what Vladimir Putin said, look, y'all should have came and got out. The Patriot missile is equivalent to the S-300, which is made by Russia. Russia has already designed the S-400 and the S-500. The S-500 is designed to take to intercept hypersonic missiles, which is it's 27 times faster than the speed of sound. So in other words, right, those nuclear missiles hit over here, and you won't even hear it coming. The missiles will be here, and the sound will be fucking on the way. So it'll be blah, spoom, and then later you'll hear the boom, boom. That's how fast those missiles are gonna come.
I read an article which I'm trying to find it. It says that America's defense system trying to shoot down a Russian missile. It's like two people having a gun and trying to cancel each other's bullets out.
Right.
Same thing.
Right.
Same.
Right. What you had?
I got just read the 5 verse 1 pieces.
Jeremiah 50 verse 14, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows. For she hath sinned against the Lord, shoot against her round about, she hath given her hand.
So when you go into the book of Revelations, the 18th chapter, it details America to a T. It's not going to say America, but it's going to give you all the things that America was doing, how everybody else was going to feel about it, what she was going to do to the prophets, and it also details the destruction of America. What you got?
Joel chapter 2 verse 1.
Yep.
Blow the trumpet on Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
So this is us blowing the trumpet. We're blowing a warning to Zion. And Zion, Israel is a people before it's a place. So anywhere the Israelites are, that's where Zion is. Go ahead.
It says, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble,
Yep.
for the day of the Lord cometh.
Now, real quick, for a quick time, when America killed that general, it grabbed the minds of the people. People started to pay attention to what's going on in the world around them. Not fully, because America, the scriptures say, folly is set in great dignity. There's a lot of entertainment and a lot of folly that's going on. But real quick, it shook people up to make them realize something is going on, right? Go ahead, bro.
For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Yep.
A day of darkness and of gloominess.
Yep.
A day of cloud into darkness.
Go ahead.
As the morning spread upon the mountain, a great people and a shown there had not been ever be like, neither shall there be more after it, even to the years of many generation. A fire devour before them.
So the scriptures is detailing these thermonuclear missiles. It says a fire, because again, where the destruction is in the warhead. This is just the rocket is just to propel the thermonuclear bomb to its destination, right? So it says the fire burneth before them. Go ahead.
A fire devour before them.
So the fire devoured before them. Go ahead.
And behind them a flame burneth.
And behind them a flame burneth. So this is the flame that the prophet Joel saw. Go ahead.
It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Yep. So before these thermonuclear missiles, you see green grass, right? Go ahead.
And behind them a desolate wilderness.
And behind them a desolate wilderness. This is the reason why America is going to be made wholly desolate. Go ahead.
Yea, and nothing shall escape.
Second Ezra 15. I think it's like started like 12. I'm not sure. And so we talk about the dragons, a horrible vision. The dragons.
The 15th chapter.
Okay,
28, 30. Yeah.
I got it right here. Second Ezra. You want that right now?
Yeah.
Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 28.
Yep.
Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east,
Yep.
where the nations of the dragons of Arabia.
Now from the east, for the nations of the dragons of Arabia. You know what's the nation? Can you take a guess of what's the dragons of Arabia? Take a guess.
United Emirates.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I guess so. Saudi Arabia. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots.
So the prophecies say that they're gonna come out with many chariots. We're not talking about the old chariots. We're talking about tanks, Humvees. All right, go ahead.
And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth.
Go ahead.
That all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
So they're gonna fear and tremble. Go ahead, that hear them. Come, go ahead.
Also the Carmanians raging in war and wrath.
Now it says, somebody look that word up. The Carmanians. Now it says, matter of fact, can you do that?
No.
Can you hit it? You can't do that?
No. That's
so the Carmanians, the Carmanians is talking about the Iranians, right? So when you look at what happened in the Middle East with that bombing, what that did was that united the people in Iraq with the people in Iran. And from 1982 to I think it was 1988, Iran fought a war with Iraq, which that war was funded. Saddam Hussein was backed by the CIA to go against Iran for the Iranians toppling the puppet government, which was the Shah that they put in store for their people. See, America has her hand in a lot of what's going on around the world. But this is underneath the Freedom of Information Act. You can go look this information up. It's all declassified information. See what? And it goes to them just wanting to free their people. During that, okay, read that definition of the Carmanians.
So it says here, the ancient province of Carmania lay largely within the modern province of Kerman in central eastern Iran.
So eastern Iran. So these are the Iranians. So with that thing, they were kind of had a little tension. Those two nations kind of had a little tension between themselves. But the war with Iraq lead the Iraqians towards the Iranians, and now they're united. There's a video circulating on YouTube about that funeral, and it's millions of Iranians and Iraqis. They're all together. They're all unified. And the spirit over there is a soft spirit, man. They're angry. They're pissed off, right? That's this prophecy coming to pass. It's major prophecy.
Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 30. Also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as wild boars of the wood.
Raging in wrath because they're pissed off. Go ahead.
And great power shall they come and join battle with them.
And they're going to join battle with the nation of Arabia. Go ahead.
And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
Now, America is also known as the Assyrians. When you look at the military bases that are all throughout the Middle East, the major one is in Kuwait. You got other military bases that are in Afghanistan. You got other military bases. Matter of fact, the biggest embassy in the world is was just built in Iraq. You got them in all throughout the Middle East. They have certain military bases. So their first order of business is we're gonna touch. They already declared it. Matter of fact, in the Iraqi parliament, they voted to kick everybody out. They want the Americans out of there. So their first order of business is to take all Americans, take all Edomites out of the Middle East. There was an interview that I forgot who it was. It was a diplomat from Iran. He had with CNN, and he basically said he started talking as if it was like an American versus the Iranian military thing. He said, look, this is not a military to military type of deal. This is a Middle East. Everybody in the Middle East wanting you people out of there. So when you take it into that perspective, you change the game, because what America is scared of is called guerrilla warfare. I forgot what it's called. It's another insurgency. It's another term that I was looking for, but that's a war they can't win. You could bomb this specific site and this and take out this military.
This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
So Babylon is America. There's a saying that's called manifest destiny, in which it was manifest destiny that the Europeans come to America, conquered this land from sea to side. time in which the Lord, because the Lord said it, the Lord was with the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. He said anybody that come up against Nebuchadnezzar was going to be destroyed because that was his prophecy. The Lord was with Alexander the Great when he went around and he conquered, because that was also prophecy. The leopard, how can Daniel have this vision if it wasn't already set for the Most High to do these things? It was set for America to rise up till its great lengths. Get Romans the 9th chapter. It was set for America to rise up to a great length, for her to be protected and for her to do exactly what she said she was going to do until this time.
This is verse 8 in Jeremiah 51. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed.
And this is our proclamation that Babylon is falling, that Rome is burning, the London bridges are falling down, right? This is our proclamation, that this is the end. This is the end of the end, as a matter of fact, because we've been talking about the end. These elders going back 12 years, our apostles going back 30 years, but specifically, this is the end of the end. But the end of what? The end of an age, the end of a era in which Esau Edom was the end of a dynasty in which the so-called white people were going to rule the earth. And the Most High is giving us like little signs as well. Miss America, so-called black woman, Miss South America, Miss Universe. Everything is when the scriptures say, surely you're turning, that was a paradigm shift. Which, when you look up the word paradigm, it goes into the changing of the minds. So this is why the Heavenly Father put us on the highways and byways, right? We ain't out here, we don't got no military guns, you know, we ain't out here forcing nobody. What we're doing is we're pushing forth a vibration, and we're trying to change the minds of the elect of our people, one individual at a time. That's what's going to change. That's what the kingdom of heaven is. That's what's going to change this world to come. And the world is molding to this word right here. Go ahead, brother.
Romans chapter 9 verse 17.
Yep.
For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up.
Yeah, so the scriptures say to Pharaoh was the king of Egypt, which the ancient Egyptians, and not just the Egyptians, but the known world, they looked at Pharaoh as a walking god.
For a long time, too.
He was, the Pharaoh was, that dude, he was the baddest dude on the planet.
So much so that even when Ptolemy got down in there, he even tried to call himself Pharaoh, and the idea of Pharaoh had been done for years by then, for centuries by then.
He tried to preach, tried to resurrect him.
Right.
And when you go into those tombs, and you know Esau, the so-called white man, they love to go into Egypt and they love to go digging into fossils and digging into. So they you know Esau does what he did. He dug up. Oh, this is Moses the Great. Examining his bones, and then they were so sharp that you know everybody by nature their back, their spinal cord has like a little curve to it. But they said the pharaohs, their shit was just straight because they ain't do nothing. They didn't have to bend over. They just sat on the throne all day, maybe laid down, but they didn't have to do work.
Yeah, Pharaoh said, "You be the ruler, and I'll never assist. You be first in everything except for the throne."
So just to go and just show you what the Lord said, for this purpose have I raised thee up, right? I made you the best of the best, right?
It says Romans 9 verse 17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, have I raised thee up, that I might show my power. And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Therefore, therefore, I have mercy whom you have mercy, and whom you will be pardoned.
Now, if you know anything about the scriptures, around the time of the Exodus, when we left Egypt, and Pharaoh's army was destroyed, when Pharaoh's army was destroyed, the whole world had caught wind of what happened, and they feared the name of the Heavenly Father. Now, when you go into the circular history of it, and you consider the Egyptian army, it was way ahead of its time. They had chariots, they had mobile archery units that was unheard of at the time, man. They had chariots with the chariots had like knives and razor blades outside it. Yeah, so it was like those brought fear to the, you know, they were fighting with sticks and stones, goddamn, and spears and shit, and they coming with double chariots, not just one chariot, but they said, look, we're gonna put 2 horses on these motherfuckers. We're gonna make what's that, horsepower? We add more horsepower. So that military was just, it was amazing, right? So the Heavenly Father built that military up so that when he destroys that military, it will be no doubt in the minds of the people that he was the greatest. Likewise, when you consider this Babylonian military, it's amazing, right?
No, it's not like it.
It's amazing.
When you read in Daniel, the 7th chapter, it said that it was diverse from all the powers from before it. Now we always talk about, you know, how their way they select their rulership, but that's also talking about the military. Like this is like you said, like how Egypt was the first of its kind. You also made the point that no one else shoots missiles on people. This is the first nation like this where they got a weapon that they can shoot from an aeroplane and just drop that motherfucker down and destroy all of society.
It's shocking. You know what that is, right? You know what Shinar is, right? You know where that came from, right? It was German.
Blitzkrieg.
Blitzkrieg. You know what that means, right?
To concentrate your forces.
Lightning war. Blitz.
Well,
Football.
to concentrate
Right.
light.
Yeah. And in football, when you blitz, he's a smart. I like you, man. We like you, man. But in football, when you blitz, you're doing what? And you're sitting everybody, right? So that was taken from Rommel, taken from Hitler, but it wasn't set up for the Germans to have it. So that was a beautiful point that you made, because you said the ballistic missiles, the ICBM. Hitler and them was meddling with all that information, but they were just about to get busy with it. But it wasn't set for them to do. Operation Paperclip. You know Operation Paperclip? You smart. People on YouTube all night.
Hold on. What is Operation Paperclip?
Operation Paperclip. So all your German rocket scientists, the Americans were like, "Hey, come on over."
Right. See,
you want a coupon?
right. See, but look. It's beautiful that we're having this conversation, and it's very rare because you are from Australia. You see, the Babylonians, meaning the American, they think that they're the illest on the fucking planet. All these things that we're talking about, these things that they boast and brag about them creating, they never created it. They never created it, and they have so much pride. And what they done, they can't really see reality. So we can have a logical conversation with you without the egos and the arrogance and the pride, because you know Americans are what? They're arrogant people. They're very arrogant.
No, they're not only arrogant, they're the dumbest nation on the planet. You know, here you are from Australia, we're talking about things that happen here in America. We can gather several so-called Americans and ask these questions. They have no clue, man. They don't know how to spell their names. Half these people.
So you have something?
No, I was listening.
Oh, no.
I was looking for something. I was listening in.
Who was reading? Oh yeah, so Blitzkrieg, the Lightning War, that was something that was taken from them and brought here. Oh, so that tactics, the American military was raised. Yo, check this out, right? There's three nations that spend the most on a military budget. You know them. I gotta ask you.
China, Russia, and the States.
Beautiful. Who's number one?
You guys.
I'm about to really test you. Don't say you guys. Say you. Let me ask you this.
Remind me to send y'all a video about that. Remind me to send y'all a video about that.
Now my question is, do you know the budget of what America spends? What is it?
$700 million per day.
Beautiful. Now that's 100 taxpayers. That's $168 billion spent in their military budget. Do you know what Russia is?
Nah.
68 billion. So America spends over $100 billion more on their military technology, and China just shortly above that, right?
You can't say America's not Babylon after that.
That's right.
You can't say that this Babylon the Great that the scriptures was talking about, how they would raise up in power, can't be them.
Isaiah the 14th chapter, right? Isaiah 14. Well, we start at 4. We start at 4 because it says Babylon was the hem of the earth. Meaning nobody would be able to see the military might. Nobody would be able to surpass her militarily.
Right, which is why when you go into Joel the 3rd chapter, when it says let the weak say I am strong, that's why that's so powerful, is because right now America is leading the charge in military might. Right? It said that fourth beast would rule like with iron teeth. right? And what's that iron teeth? Is their military, their weapons. No one else rules like that. When you look at the powers of old, right? Even Xerxes and his greed for riches and power, he had his people ruled by their law, statutes, and commandments. They had their own set of law, statutes, and commandments. You can read that when you read the book of Esther, right? But America has been the only, or not America, but let me say Edom, has been the only people to rule by their fighting might. You know what it's like it's different. Like I always use this analogy, where you got LeBron James, right? You love him because he's a nice guy. He's nice, he can play basketball, you love him because he's a good person. But Esau, he gets his love through his fighting, his military might. People are afraid of him. They don't love him, they are afraid of him. And he's been the only person like this. And like the brother was getting to, he had to be raised to power. He had to be raised to power because, just like the brother, he gave another beautiful analogy last week or the week before, the Heavenly Father wants to fight. And in order to get a good fight, you got to have a #1 contender. You ain't going to fight no slouch. You Mike Tyson, you can't, he fought Butterbean. I was going to say you can't fight Butterbean, but he did. But when you Mike Tyson, you in the type of your game, you can't fight a regular old dude from the gym in Brockton. You got to fight somebody that's the #1 contender.
That's why in the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter, he said the Lord and his angels are going to fight against Esau. And
it's going to be an all-out brawl, right? But the Lord had to raise him up to power so that when he knocks him down, you'll know, like, okay, now we know that the Heavenly Father, he said, now you will know that I have done it, right? You're going to know that I'm the top dog. The scriptures call him the king of terrors. The scriptures say that he's a man of war. That he's a terrible power. He was known as Alashagya, right? So which is like a mean or terror-like power, right? So he wants to be the one that's revered on earth. But Esau is, like it says in Isaiah the 14th chapter, he's sitting on a seat like he's God. Somebody get that? Okay.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. That was take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
Yeah.
And say, how has the oppressor ceased?
Right, the oppressor. Right, he's oppressed the people. One thing that was intriguing to me about Esther was how Xerxes said that he wanted the world to be in peace. He said that because all men want peace. That's what this is a heathen. He's a heathen. And even he said the world wants peace. Esau ruled. You had this guy Haman come up in there. He wanted to just kill everybody. Haman gets in, Haman gets a little bit of power from Xerxes.
Clout.
A little clout. He wanted to destroy everything. One guy, little Mordecai, didn't bow down to him. He wanted to destroy every Israelite in the world. Everybody in all 127 provinces got to go.
Yeah.
Everybody got to go.
A light bulb goes off in his head, and let's just kill him. Let's kill him all.
Esau's good for that. He'll have a man on a 747 with 200 people on board. He won't kill one person. He'll shoot the whole damn plane down. Problem solved.
Because Esau, his thing is he's different, man. He's different. But the Heavenly Father had to raise him up that way. He had to raise him up so when it comes down to the match, and the Heavenly Father's out there, he might let Esau get a punch in. Like my man Kimbo, he was like, man, hit me. He had to hit him. He said, that's all you got, motherfucker. Let's run this shit. And they started fighting. The dude was like, oh my God, I gotta fight this dude.
It talks about these 4 beasts coming up, right? The Babylonian, the Medo-Persian, the Greek Egyptian, and the Roman Empire, right? The Egyptian. And then it talks about the kingdom of heaven coming up, right? So if I tell you that logically, right? Regardless of who's in power, what nationality, how they look, or what color they are, or where they come from, if you're a so-called Christian and you believe in this prophecy, the people that are in power by the time of that 4th beast are the people that are going to be taken out of power. Simple as that. And when you look at Job 9 and 24, right? When you look at, give me that real quick, and then we're going to go this real quick because, matter of fact, Do you still have that?
Yeah.
Read that real quick.
I was going to take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
So it said in the latter days we're going to take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. Go ahead. Death to America is a proverb against this place, right? Down with America. All right, go ahead.
And say how has the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
See, the scripture said the Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Right? Go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Artaxerxes wanted peace, but Esau just said, let's just kill everybody. Donald Trump really just he just really tweeted about him deserving a Nobel Peace Prize. literally after he ordered the strike on he ordered the strike on that general. He really said he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize, and he's not. We look at him and say he's crazy, but you got to understand who we dealing with. Once you understand we dealing with E, it's like, you know, this is how E was computer programmed. He really believes in his mind that he saved hundreds of lives by killing. That's the mentality of them. We started a war to prevent a war. That's his mind frame.
The hard choices.
Yeah, they're gonna kill many Americans. We stopped them. We stopped them.
He was a bad guy, but they won't tell you about the Shah. And when America put in their dictator, you know how they split the oil profits over there in Iran when they had their guy in there? It was 90-10. So 90% of the oil went to BP, British Petroleum. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Europe ain't got nothing going for themselves, man. But the stealing of it. I was speaking to an old lady today. I'm like, you know where Swiss cocoa come from? And then y'all know where Swiss cocoa come from? They call it Swiss cocoa, but the cocoa comes from, most of it comes from either South America or from Africa. You look at a Swiss watch. You think they got gold mines in Switzerland or over there in Europe? Right? French toast, right? French fries. The majority of you speak a language that you've just been embedded to speak this way, not really knowing what you're saying, but it's just all white supremacy. In your mind, how can it not be supremacy? Everything that they've invented is things that they've stolen, and they've gotten you to believe that they're the ones. It's theirs. They're the ones behind the helm, man. Go ahead, brother. Keep going in that.
The whole earth is at rest and quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the bird trees rejoice. All the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellas come up against us.
So the only time there's going to be peace on earth is when these people are removed from power. When the wicked is removed from power, there can be no peace. Now you can march to your Nikes, you know, do you lose the soul of your Nikes? You could sit down at conferences for peace, or you could do whatever you want, but as long as he's in power, there can be no. Matter of fact,
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, America is a young nation, you know, and since the birth of America, you probably had about, I think it was the elders was bringing up, how many years?
279, I think 240 years of war, something like that.
I got it.
222 years of just straight war. Straight war. All this place knows is war, man. From the British Empire to the French to the Dutch, all right, from the Spanish to the Germans, they've known nothing but war. Nothing but war.
If not who? Where and who is he?
World War I, World War II, the Vietnam, the Korea War, the Gulf War,
Bad wars we don't know about.
the War of Mexico, the Battle of the Alamo. So many different wars that, hey, when Esau is not proclaiming a war out front, hey, don't you know they bombing in Africa right now, man? They got an African. Okay, so now the Hamites are saying, like, look, man, the Hamites are paying taxes to the French. And they saying, like, look, we don't want to pay you dues no more, right?
That's not a precept. I'm just going to say, it says 222 wars out of 239 years since 1776. That's only 17 years of peace.
And then what peace? Because they was kicking our ass. There was a war on the land, right? They was kicking our ass. We're prisoners of war, right?
He's hell bent on gathering everything. And most people, they're gonna say, well, okay, you have what you have, leave mine alone. Most people is gonna say, and Esau's like, well, I can't get what you got. And they're like, no, man, you can't. And then Esau, okay, we gotta shoot him. We gotta kill him because they hell bent. Somebody, can I get a scripture? Habakkuk 2:5. Yeah, hit me with that.
Habakkuk 2:5. Yet also, because he transgresseth my wine, he is a proud man.
Right, he's a proud man. Go ahead.
Neither keepeth at home.
Neither keepeth at home. The reason why there's so many wars being fought, because he always wants something else. You know, you get you get him a plate of food, a house to live in. He looking in the neighbor's window at what the neighbor got.
Yeah.
So you know,
But what is gentrification about?
Yeah, well
They
said.
said we're gonna take the suburbs, we're gonna give them the hood, the inner city.
Right.
It's supposed to be noisy, it's supposed to be overcrowded, it's supposed to be violent, it's supposed to be congested. But once they see what we did with the hood, now what's Esau doing? He's gentrifying. He's like, look, I want that. He coveted something that was supposed to be done.
And now you look at even right here, especially right here in this neighborhood over here, Beacon Hill. This neighborhood was solely Negroes, deliberately. Nigga Hill, right? But now you go take a walk in there before you go home today. Go over there and just take a walk. You got either Edom or Moab over there in that neighborhood.
Right, he's done that all throughout Boston. Took all those brownstones down by the hospital, cleaning niggas up out of there, condemned them. Go ahead,
Meanwhile, they were in Weymouth, right? They were in Stoughton, right? They were in all these Watertown. They were all around Boston. They were all around Boston, right? And they put the Negroes in the city. And they like the brother said, we're gonna take the suburbs, right? And now when they see Jake enjoying themselves, because we can make a good time out of anything. We can make what they say when life gives you lemons, make lemon pie or make lemonade, right?
Where all the blues come from, hardship. You see all kinds of good music that people enjoy today, all derived from.
Check this out. In New York City, Central Park in New York City, used to be Seneca Village, right, where all the freed slaves and some escaped slaves built their own village so they can, have their own thing, right? Ain't that what Esau's always talking about? Oh, go back to your own land, get your own thing.
Separate but equal.
Yeah, right? So what they did when Esau saw where they were living and they were having a good time, they wanted to move right across the street. These $1 million homes that you see, I forget the name of the roadway, but it's up by the Metropolitan Museum of Art, right? When you go up there, those are $1 million apartments. Like this building that they just built over here on the other side of the street. $1 million apartments, right? So when they started wanting to move there, the village, they didn't have any money. They just made the village based on what they had. So it was an eyesore. So what did they do? They knocked the whole village down and made it a park, right? I was thinking about this on the way here. I was like, you should be able to go anywhere, and if there's vacant land that nobody's living on, you should be able to build you a little house. Build you a little house, set up a little gardens, grow you some tomatoes or whatever. You should be able to do that. But Esau got massive amounts of land, and he calls them state parks. This is unused land. Nobody's living in it. They call it a state park. So if you can't even put a trailer on it. You can't even go drive a trailer on there and say, yo, I'm chilling right here. No, it's a park. This is public property, but you can't be here. Or private property, you can't be here.
Or historical grounds. You can't build nothing.
Even the areas that are not parked, when you travel like in 93 going into New Hampshire, you see a bunch of areas that is not parked. Empty land. You should be able to cut out some
You should be able to cut you some trees down, and whatever them trees you cut down, you make your little cabin, but you can't do it. They made it illegal.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
See, this is what the elders and the brothers have been getting into is all the reason why this place is going down. Give me Job 14 and 5. This whole scheme, I mean, the brothers are getting into it, lovely, beautiful. And now you're gonna understand why, man. And somebody hold me Revelation 18 and 4. Go ahead.
Job 14 verse 5. Seeing his days are determined.
Seeing his days are determined because Esau had a great run. He had a great run, but all good things are gonna come to an end, man. And America's gonna come to an end. And it's already being made manifest. Hold me Obadiah 1 and 4. Read on.
Job 14 verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Go ahead.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
The Lord said he appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So if you think they're gonna fulfill their whole enterprise, their one world order, that's you are sadly mistaken, man. The Lord is gonna kibosh that shit quick, man. He has appointed their bounds that they cannot pass. That's why Esau's struggling now. That's why America's struggling now. Isn't it not written? If Satan be divided against itself, how can they stand? Here you got the left and the right hand. They're going back and forth. You got the president of the United States firing his own cabinet members, and they coming back dropping dime on them. I mean, this shit is crazy, man. But this is going to show you that we at the end of this thing. America's at its downfall, at its worst, man. Look at the American dollar. The American dollar is useless. Nobody wants to get paid by it. It ain't worth a damn thing. People are using that. I mean, we're gonna be using that for lighting fires next to you before you know it, man.
I got something for you real quick.
Go ahead.
Job 20:23. When he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
Right. When he's about to fill his belly. What's his belly being filled? His New World Order. He's thinking that New World Order is going to be fully established. He's thinking that he's going to have all the world under one umbrella, man. But the Heavenly Father's going to put a stop to that. Okay? These elites, we got them elites on that picture. These elites, okay? Some of them, that's it right there. Just give me this right here. Oh, okay. Okay. That's all right. Yeah, let me let y'all brothers handle that. These elites, okay? These are the elites of the world. These men are going to be in chains and shackles. These men are going into slavery. Okay? Right when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High is going to cast him down. So these guys right here, who you see here, look at these devils, man. They really look like they're some satanic individuals. Look at them. Look at this guy here. Look at David Rockefeller. Look at Charles Rothschild. Okay? These men are the very same men who rule the world right now. They're going into slavery. They're not going to be able to fulfill that enterprise, that New World Order. Okay? Hold on. Give me that right there. Yep. No, it's not a 4. Right to the point.
Revelations 18 verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues.
Go ahead.
For her sins have reached into heaven.
That's the point. Her sins have reached into heaven. The sins of America have reached up into the heavens. The Heavenly Father's sick of it, Yahweh Shai is sick of it, the angels are sick of it, and the holy prophets are sick of it, man. What? This place is going down, and we prophesying the downfall of America. That's what we do. If you want to demonize us for speaking the truth, so be it. If you want to make us martyrs, so be it. The Lord's going to raise us up at the first anyway. So it don't matter, man. Everything that we do out here, we're doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
For her sins have reached into heaven.
Go ahead.
And the Most High have remembered her iniquities.
The Most High have remembered her iniquities. Let's talk about some of her iniquities. The destruction of the North American Indians.
That's right.
Okay? The destruction and the beating and robbing of the so-called Negroes coming over here. Okay? The murdering of the babies of the Israelites. These are the iniquities of America, man. And not to mention the stealing of the land, the poisoning of the food. All these things, I mean, there was a point in time in the world you can go to the stream and bow down on your knee and cup up some water and be full and be plenteous. You can't do that shit now, man. You try to do that shit these days, you may end up with some kind of cancer. There were times where you can go to a vineyard and pick some fruits that the owners of the vineyards would leave them little bit of gleaning grapes for the homeless or for the less fortunate. You can't do that. You go to Florida and you go by them orange trees, you going to jail, man. You go to Florida and you go by them orange trees and you get out the car thinking, oh shit, let me try. They catch you taking one of them oranges, you going to jail for a goddamn orange, man. But these are the iniquities of America. These are the sins that have reached up into the heavens. And this is why this place is going to be destroyed, man.
That's right.
Hey, read on.
Verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you.
Reward her even as she rewarded you. The brothers have been getting into the rewarding of America all afternoon by via them thermonuclear missiles. Those thermonuclear missiles are going to do a number on this place, man. It's going to utterly destroy that. Hold me Isaiah, the 34th chapter. Yep. So hold me Isaiah 34.
Isaiah 34.
Good. Hold it. Go ahead.
And double unto her double according to her works.
Double unto her, double according to her works. So whatever she's done to us, we're gonna do unto her double. So if you've taken our babies and you throw them in the alligator pits where the alligators came up and snapped them so you can make alligator boots, if you've done that to us, what's that? Isn't it not written? Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth that little ones against the stones. So we're gonna have a just reward on our adversaries.
That's right.
Okay? People think that we're talking, evil, and they think we're talking terroristic. If you take it how you want it. But what you devils can't deny is you've done the very same thing throughout the four corners of the earth for over 500 years, man. And you have no consequence. There's no consequence to your works and the evils that you've done. How is that? How is that balanced? Give me Proverbs 11:1. How is that balanced, man?
Proverbs 11:1.
Go ahead.
A false balance is an abomination to the Lord.
A false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So you mean to tell me you raped, robbed, stole, and murdered throughout the past 500 years, and there's no consequence? Go ahead, read on.
But a just weight is his delight.
But a just weight is his delight. So we're telling you about the just weight. The shit that you did, you're gonna be paid for that, man. You're gonna have to pay for that. What? So there's that just reward. There's that equal balance. You stole, you pay the consequences. You murdered, you pay the consequences. You killed, you slayed, and you castrated, you pay the consequences. That's a just balance according to the Lord, man. Read on in back in 18.
Revelations 18 verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Isn't that to stand beside her and guide her? You come over to JFK, the first thing you see is that damn Statue of Liberty. Okay? She glorified herself. She goes off the whole world. America's number one this, America's number one that. We got the best military, we got the best food, we got all this. It's all bullshit. You have glorified yourself. Nobody else, man. You have glorified yourself, and that's why when them other nations see the smoke of her burning, it's gonna be going up from generation to generation. It's gonna get into it. Go ahead, brother.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
Right, so much torment and sorrow give her. There's not gonna be any ease or any mercy on America, man, on this country and on these people. There's not gonna be any mercy. Them nuclear missiles are not gonna discriminate. They're not gonna divert and miss this guy because he's been a good guy. He's been going to church all his life. The nuclear missile gonna lay right on top of his head, man. Read on.
For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and I'm no widow,
right,
and shall see no sorrow.
Right, and doesn't she pronounce herself as the her? I sit a queen, stand beside her and guide her. Okay? She says she's gonna be no widow. Of course she's gonna be a widow. Because these wars, this third world war that's about to heat up and pop off, these troops that are going over there, she's gonna be a widow. Because these men ain't coming back home, man. On this last go around, the war that's gonna end all wars, these men ain't coming back here. And even those who don't die over there, they ain't coming back here anyway because it's gonna be nowhere to come back to.
That's right.
America's gonna be destroyed and annihilated, man.
That's right.
The scriptures talk about there's gonna be a line of confusion set upon the land. Meaning what? You ain't gonna be able to tell where one state began or one state ends or what boundary it may be. These are the things we're talking about. These are the things we hope and pray to see in the last days, only with our eyes as pursuant to Psalms, the 91st chapter. Someone get me that and hold that on deck. Read on.
Verse 8.
I want everything I call for. So you brothers, got a lot of brothers out here. Go ahead. Yep.
Revelations 18 verse 8.
Go ahead.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Go ahead.
Death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire.
And she shall be utterly burned with fire. So there's no escape, man. If you ain't of the hopeful elect, and if you ain't, and the Lord don't have mercy on you to deliver you out of here, you gonna get caught right up in that death and destruction in that fire, man. That's how serious this thing is, man. If you truly believe in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you better get your ass right, man. You better get your spirit right. You better get your mind right, because you will die over here, man. These are the times we're living in. You will die over here. Them nuclear missiles will be shot from one end of the earth unto the other. And they're gonna rest their fuel of fire on this place called United States of America, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her.
That's right.
And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her.
Right, because America had to pay all these other nations off, man. America had to pay these people off. That's why all these companies outsource their jobs to all these other nations. These other nations got rich off of America, primarily off of these people on the side. Because our people, we're such a lost people, man. We see anything that looks good and we gravitate to it. And don't even think twice about the consequences of something. We just want it. We gotta have it. You know? So these people right here are the ones that built up America, and these people right here are the ones that keep America going, man. That's right. You eliminate these people on the sign right here, America's finished, man. That's right. Absolutely finished. Hold that, hold everything, give me what you got.
Revelation, just to prove back you up. Revelation chapter 18, verse 11.
Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn.
Oh, we right there, brother. You want to? Hey, if you want to keep reading, we're gonna echo it. We're gonna echo it.
Let's go right real quick.
Hold on. Let me get it out. Go ahead.
And the merchants, all right, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna just go to the point.
Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore.
Right, no man's gonna buy no merchandise. The reason why, because there's gonna be no merchandise to buy. America's gonna be utterly destroyed. So all these nations over there who are living deliciously off America, when it's gone and destroyed, they're gonna be like, oh shit, now what do we do? Because America's their cash cow, man. That's right. America's the cash cow of the whole world. These other nations be abusing America, man. They abuse America. They treat America like the whore that she is. That's right. That's how they treat America. Isn't she the whore that sitteth upon the beast? And what they do with whores? They use and abuse them. That's what that's what's being done to America, man. And the Lord has set up the prophets to come out and tell you these things. Because if it wasn't for the prophets, how would you then know that America's a whore, man? How would you then know that this place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles? You ask Joel Osteen if America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. He knows nothing about these things, man. Because he wasn't sent. And knowing that he wasn't sent, he has no idea about this. If we were to bring this to his table and ask him the question, he'd be like, no, not in this lifetime, because America is his cash cow. All right?
Real quick, it's a consuming materialistic nation.
Yep.
So you take a piece of fabric, throw a Gucci sign on it, and sell it to these Americans for $3,000. Those Moabites are making a killing out of this.
That's right.
Man.
That's right. Go ahead.
The merchants of gold and silver and precious stone and of pearls and of fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thy wood and all manner of vessels of iron and all manner of vessels of precious wood.
That's right.
And of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wines and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and the souls of men and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee.
And you wonder why the scriptures say the sins have reached up into the heavens, man. These people are wicked, the most wicked on the planet Earth, man. They're the treacherous dealer that deals treacherously. There's no ease in this man's eyes for any nation of people, primarily the Israelites, man. He has no ease in his eyes for us, man. Nor will he ever have ease in his eyes. We've been fighting with these devils from the womb, man. What don't you people understand? You got groups out there saying Esau's gonna be in the kingdom hand in hand with Israel. Why? Why would you want that? You would want, if you want that, then you might as well just stay here. You might as well pray to the Lord and say, Lord, just let us stay here, Lord, and be in harmony with the enemies, Lord. And then what? You still ain't gonna get a fair shake, man, because he's still gonna think you the scum of the earth. Read on.
The fruits, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee. And all the things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee.
Right, so all these merchants of the earth, all these things are gonna depart from them, man. Because America's gonna be on fire. America's gonna be burning. Go ahead.
God. And thou shalt find them no more at all.
Watch your backs.
The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand off afar from the fear of her torment, weeping, wailing, saying, at last, the great city which was clothed in fine linen, and purple, and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious
Watch your back,
stones,
brother. Watch your back.
and pearls.
Yep.
For 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught.
For in 1 hour, such great riches are gonna come to naught. What does that mean, man? What does that mean? 1 hour, such great riches are gonna come to naught. Anybody know what that means? What's that? But what does it mean though? Give me why? Why in 1 hour? What's that? What's the representative? That's right. Them thermonuclear missiles, man. This place is gonna be utterly annihilated. It's gonna take 1 hour to destroy this place. What?
60 minutes.
And now there's 300. I think I can't remember the exact square miles, but there's I don't know if it's 300. So look up the square miles of America. However many square miles America is, it's gonna take 1 hour, man. You know how long it took them to build these damn buildings, man? You know how long it took them to build all this shit? You know how long it took them to pave the road? What's the square mileage?
3.797 million M2, M19?
Yeah. You see that? 3.79 million square miles. That's a lot of miles, man. That's a lot of miles. Don't worry about the miles on your car. That shit is child's play. But you ask yourself, for 1 hour, 1 hour, okay? It took them devils damn near 6 months to fucking put these two circles here. You know, we went out here, had to get on this side and go on this side and dig it up on this side. That's just to put 2 cement circles here. Now you talking about 1 hour for the whole earth, the whole America to be destroyed?
It took 500 years to build the whole place.
Yeah, that's all right. It's gonna take them 1 hour to destroy it.
It's gonna rock to and fro.
What's that?
It's gonna rock to and fro.
That's it, man. It's gonna reel to and fro like a trumpet. Go ahead.
For 1 hour, such great riches is come to naught.
Yes.
And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as made trade by sea stood afar and cried when they saw the smoke of a burning.
Of course you gonna cry. If you own a store or something and that's your bread and butter and that's how you survive, and somebody come in and burn your shit to the ground, you're gonna be like, you know? These shipmasters and these kings of the earth, they're gonna cry when they see the smoke of her burning.
The stock market is gonna plummet, man.
That's it, man.
That's all these down.
That's it, man. America's going down. Give me Obadiah 1 and 4. Go ahead.
It says, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off in fear from her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, that great city which is clothed in fine linen and purple
Everybody
and scarlet.
wants to come to America because they've been told the streets are paved with gold. That's what they've been told. They've been told they had the opportunity to get the big white house and the white picket fence and the dog and the cat and all this other bullshit. They've been told that. But what it wasn't told that when they came over here, they was gonna be paving the road. Okay? They was gonna be in the trenches. That's what they wasn't told. Right. Go ahead.
And cried, well, that's that saying, you don't stand a Chinaman's chance.
That's right.
They had the so-called Asians in those mills, because they were small enough to go with the dynamite to go blow up the gold, the mines, to go get the gold out of there. So they came over here thinking that they was gonna get the gold, but they was dying trying to put the dynamite in a hole to preserve the gold.
Right, go ahead.
It says, standing afar, here.
This is why America's gonna be destroyed, man. And people don't realize America's gonna be destroyed because of these people on this sign, man. Everything that goes on in the world is for these people on this sign. And I did a show about the elites of the world. The elites of the world don't know. They don't know that we're their cause, man. We're the lowest of the low. We're the lowest of the low, and they don't realize that they're going to war because of us. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Yep. They don't realize that, man. We are the Lord's people. We are the ones that make things happen, man. We make this world go around.
Yeah, it's in Joel, right?
Why you looking for that? Give me. No. I want Obadiah 1 and 4.
Now this is Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 4.
Go ahead.
Thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
They exalt themselves as the eagle. Go ahead.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars,
Go ahead.
this will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
So America has been on its downfall since this whole exploration, this space exploration. The Lord said, when they exalt themselves as the eagle and they set their nest amongst the stars, this will I bring thee down. America was prospering, man. The world was prosperous. But now that this prophecy has come to pass, and they had that space station, they had these space shuttles going to and fro as they said, the Lord said, then I'm gonna bring you down. So now we're on the fast track, okay? We're on the accelerated program. Then the accelerated program is America being destroyed speedily, swiftly, and quickly. Go ahead.
If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen so they had enough? If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Right, Esau, he's such a goddamn devil. He'll steal everything, man. He'll steal the rug, he'll steal the fibers off the rug, he'll pipe in everything. He'll sweep up the dirt that was underneath the rug, put it in a bag and take it with him. Talking about his son got a sandbox at home, he can put the sand in the box, man. But that's the devil for you. That's what he does, man. And this is why Israel, we're a merciful people, man, a compassionate people. You know, we'll leave a little something for a man on the side, or, you know, we see Jake on the street, yo, you got something you dig in your pocket, oh, here you go, bro. You know, get yourself something to eat or whatever, you know? We're compassionate people, man. That's just the way we are, because we come in the spirit of the Lord. The Lord is a compassionate power. That's right. And this is why we're able to be out here today, because the Lord had compassion on us and gave us and had mercy on us to come out here and be a part of this thing, man.
Hey,
go ahead.
I found that one because you went into with the kings of the world.
Yeah,
not knowing
go ahead.
that it's because of the children of
Go
Israel.
ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 20. Behold, saith the Most High, I will call together the kings of the earth to reference me.
That's right.
Which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanians, to turn themselves one against another, and to repay the things that they have done unto them.
Right.
Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I also, and recompense in their bosom, thus saith the Lord.
Right, he said he's going to turn themselves to fight against each other, man. Why? For the children of Israel. That's what he's going to do, and that's what these kings are going to do, and that's what they're gearing up for that Third World War, man. This Third World War is precipitated off of who we are, man. That's a beautiful thought to know that the Lord's going to utterly destroy this place for our sakes, man. Go ahead, brother.
Joel chapter 3 verse 1.
Right, I was just thinking of that.
Behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, and I will plead with them for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations, and parted my land. For they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine.
And that just goes to show you who the Israelites are, man. These crackers weren't selling these crackers. They weren't selling crackers to crackers. They damn sure weren't selling crackers to Negroes. So you gotta ask yourself, what's going on here, man? Hey, show me some crackers selling another cracker. We got this fine cracker here, skinny little motherfucker. Can't dance, don't know how to cook, nose is longer than goddamn Pinocchio. What can I get for this fucking BP Willow?
Unfortunately, you can't stay out in the sun and pick cotton for too long.
Right. Yeah, but the only downside is the sun is a little. The sun is, he has a real adversary, and that's the sun. This motherfucker can't stay out too long.
But if you want to steal something, he's your
Right.
He's a sneaky little devil. Sneaky little devil.
Go ahead, brother.
They have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Philistine?
That's
Will
right.
ye render me a recompense?
That's right.
And if you recompense me,
Swiftly and speedily
will I return your recompense upon your own head.
So no matter what you devils do, man, the Lord's got it out for you. The Lord has got you in his crosshairs. There's nothing you can do. You ever watch some movies and them snipers be sitting way back, about a mile back, and they got the dude a mile up range, and he's sitting there and he's on the crosshairs. The dude just walking around just nonchalant, and he just following him in the crosshairs. That's how the Lord got Esau right now, man. There's nothing Esau can do to avoid this judgment. The so-called white man's going down, his community's going down, his economy's going down, his bank account's going down, his 401k is going down, his family's going down. It's all coming to an end, my man. You got credit cards, max them out. You got credit cards, max them out. You got credit cards, max them out.
If only this was the internet, he would cut himself.
Right.
Look, you still cut
But a real thing is this. When the so-called white man is faced with adversity, he does not know how to handle it. He kills himself. He kills his family. He jumps off buildings. He does all types of madness that we've been suffering for years, man.
That's right.
And we still up here living strong, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, man.
Lamentation 4 verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz.
That's right.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Right, that cup of destruction, that cup of torment is going to pass through unto them, man. We drank the cup. We drank the cup. And the Lord had mercy on us. Didn't that, when did we read, wasn't that in the readings this week? Where it was better to fall into the hands of the Lord because the Lord is more merciful than men. You'll see? That's right. I got to appreciate it. Go ahead.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Right, this is it. Ain't nobody coming back to put us back in the captivity. You devils think you're gonna go over there in the Middle East and back in the East and put us and come and slaves. This shit ain't happening, man. It's over. You know, Esau. Well, what's gonna happen again, dude? We're gonna do it back to you, dude.
We're right back on top.
Yeah, you know, you're done, man. We can rest assured and guarantee you will never see the top.
That's right.
You will never see the top ever again, man. You've had your opportunities. And the old saying goes, if you didn't prosper in this land, then that makes you a what? Two-time loser. You're going to lose over here, and you're going to lose over there. That's your fault, baby. That's your fault.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Yep.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Yep.
He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
You're going to visit your iniquity and discover your sins. So this is what's going down, man. Go ahead.
This is the favorite scripture. Right?
Go ahead.
Revelations,
right here.
Revelations 13 and 10.
Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right, what?
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's thus saith the Lord, man. Thus saith the Lord. You want to give another one? No, hey, this is what it is, man. You devils are going into slavery. Go ahead, brother.
Revelations 13 and 10.
If y'all know it, sing along with it.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
It said not maybe. It didn't say maybe killed with the sword. It didn't say possibly be killed with the sword. It said must be killed with the sword. Must be killed. You know, and if you think our words are too harsh, then don't watch our videos, man. And YouTube, you better stop fooling around, YouTube. YouTube, you better stand on your word. You tell people, you know, you got to have 1,000 subscribers. Brothers got over 1,000 subscribers, and you still ain't letting us live read, man. Damn devils. Go ahead.
Now this is Job, chapter 27, verse 13.
That's right.
This is the portion of a wicked man with God, Yahweh, and the heritage of oppression which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for sword.
Okay, so no matter how many little Edomite babies are born, no matter how many little Edomites come in the world, on this side you will perish. Okay, you got these hospitals that are delivering babies on a minutely basis. Every minute there's a baby being born somewhere. All them little Edomite babies that are going to be born here in America, you're going to live for a short period of time until the nuclear missiles come. But when you get back on the other side, you're going over there, like we told you before, we're going to put them little shackles on. right there, you know, and you might not even make it to a shackle. You might just be a doormat right from the rip, man. That baby come out, we're gonna drop him on the you on these numbers here. Because they did it to us, man. They did it to us. That's right, that's right. That's what pisses me off about our people, man. We tell you people what the scripture says, what the Lord said we're gonna do to our enemies' children, and you look at us like we got 4 heads, man. But it was okay for our enemies to do it to us and get away with it, and they want to walk around and call us terrorists. They want to call us a terrorist. They want to call us wicked and evil. You gotta be kidding me, man. All the shit you devils have done throughout the years to the children of Israel. Now all of a sudden nobody can say anything to you goddamn devils, man. When the Lord comes back, you better watch out. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Psalm 137 verse 7. By the river of Babylon, there we sat down.
Right, and here, this is Babylon. Here we was laid low. Here's where we sat down, man. Go ahead. Come.
There we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we were in Zion.
That's right.
We hang our harps upon the willow thereof, in the midst thereof. For they that carry us away captive, we cry a voice of song. And they that worship us, we cry a voice of mirth. Sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land?
How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? We didn't know nothing about no goddamn America. We didn't know nothing about the side of the world. So this was a strange land we went bought to, man. This is how you know it's that we are the children of Israel. Because the lands that we dwelled in back then, we knew all those lands. We walked those lands. We understood those lands. We named those lands. Go ahead.
If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, if I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning.
Go ahead.
If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth.
Go ahead.
If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou servest us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes the little ones against the sword.
And there it is. How? We're going to take them by the feet. We're going to take them right by the feet and smash them right against the stones, man. Right against the stones. Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord. So the scripture says this. Let me think. This give me Romans 3. I believe it's nope. Let the word of the Most High be true and every man alive. Yep, 3 and 3. Yep.
Romans 3 verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Go ahead.
The Most High forbid. Yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar.
Let the Most High be true and every man a liar. So when it is written that happy shall he be and taketh the little ones and bash them against the stones, the Most High is true, man. He said his word would never go out void. So that's going to happen, man. And the Lord's going to put a spirit on you to make that happen, man. The scripture says, cursed be he that holdeth back his sword from blood, man. So if the Lord puts that spirit on you to start annihilating your enemies, then you're going to annihilate your enemies, man. That's the bottom line.
I don't know if y'all saw this movie. It was a King Arthur flick. It was a rendition of King Arthur. I think it's called I forget what it's called, but this guy Jude Law plays King Arthur's uncle, and when he got his both hands on the Excalibur, he went and wiped out this whole group of people. So he was just in there. They showed it in slow motion. He was jabbing some other guy, slicing another dude. I was like, damn, that shit was badass, man.
The same thing with Book of Eli.
Yeah.
Slap them motherfuckers down. But that's the spiritual power we're going to get, man. We're going to get it, man. I'm telling you. It's a beautiful thing. It kind of uplifts your spirit until you got to wake up and go to work tomorrow morning. Wake up and your fucking spirit's all over the shit because this damn devil got you grinding this shit. Go ahead, brother.
2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
So it is a righteous thing to wish harm on your enemy, man. It's a righteous thing to go after your enemy and recompense him with tribulation, man, like he done unto you. You know, but the words that we speak in this world, in this day and age, because Esau, the so-called white man's in power, is unethical. You know, you guys shouldn't talk like that. You know, you're some kind of hate group. Well, Esau, aren't you a hate group? you've done the same goddamn thing. You know, now that you've lived deliciously and you've conquered everything and you've established yourself in a wealth manner, now all of a sudden nobody can hate you. So, we're gonna finish off on what? Y'all got fire?
This is song.
Hold on. Alright, you got one. Go ahead.
Now, this is so what? Chapter 27, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will order with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
That's beautiful. He that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. And that can only be done through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. That's why you gotta pray that the Lord have mercy on you. Pray that the Lord give you the spirit and power and the courage to continue on in this thing of ours, man. And don't get weak with the hands. And don't get shaken in spirit. Because there's gonna be some real bad things and real chaotic shit that's gonna be going down real soon amongst our people and to our people. Alright?
This
So,
is
go ahead,
Psalms.
brother.
This is Psalms 58 and 10.
Go ahead.
The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance.
That's right.
He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
That's right, brother. Don't wash our feet. Now when if you're into a sport, you know, the sporting thing, you know, you at home, you got your favorite team on, and the last second check down, let's say basketball, you know, they down by 1, they get the 3-point, they shoot that shit, niggas. That's how we gonna be when the Lord come back. We gonna be, yeah! You know, we're gonna be feeling it, man. We're gonna be feeling it. When the scriptures say we're gonna wash our feet in the blood of the wicked, man, of our enemies, well, so what can that be? You're gonna be stomping them out and scraping all of them, kicking them around, just like they've done to us, man. Just look at the history, man. You look at that book, Without Sanctuary. Look at the shit they done to Jake, man. Look at the shit they done. Awful things, man. And that's only the shit that we was able to catch through the postcards, but the shit that these devils did in their backyards, so nobody could see. This devil's he's a wicked dude, man. These Edomites, they're wicked amongst all wickedness.
That's right.
And you people want to congratulate him and look at him like he's some goddamn savior? Like he's some damn savior? He ain't no damn savior. He's a devil, man.
Right.
He's a murderer. Right. Go ahead.
Isaiah 14 verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
So-called white man's played out, man. He is played out. You know, he's played out. Everybody used to go to Esau and look at Esau coming in the building. They're like, oh, how you doing, sir? You jump up. He's played out, man. He's all done. And he knows it too. He knows he's on his last leg. What you got?
I got Baruch chapter 4 verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High.
That's right. And listen, we suffered patiently the wrath that has come upon us from the Most High, man. Look at our people, man. You look how banged up our people are. We're in this condition for what we have done through the sin to the Lord, but at the end of the day, you know, our people are still feeling the effects of what we have done, man. And they still survive. We still survive. So we suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon us. You believe in Jesus Christ? A little bit?
A little bit.
Maybe? What? I mean, what's the topsy-turvy? What do you mean? How do you believe in a little?
All right. I believe in Jesus Christ's life and message, but I think Christians ruin it.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Give us an example. Give us an example.
The religious right.
Oh, okay. Now, which Jesus are you talking about?
I don't know. What Jesus are you talking about?
I'm talking about the true biblical. His name is Yahweh.
Yeah, I like
You know
him.
that guy?
I like him.
You like that guy?
Yeah, I
Good,
like that
you
one.
should. You should.
I know it's better than the misrepresentation.
You know what?
we
Exactly.
normally
You know
see,
what?
right? That's
When he
what
comes
I
back,
was
he's gonna administer true justice, man.
Yeah.
True justice.
How will I be judged?
Well, what's your nationality?
What's my